What's up, guys? Super Goji here again, and today I'm going to be bringing you some juicy content on a figure review for the X Plus 30cm series Anguirus from 1968's Destroy All Monsters. Probably my favorite incarnation of Anguirus. I mean, the same suit was used over and over again, but I mean, slight alterations here and there. But my favorite movie that he was in has to be Destroy All Monsters or Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, because that movie is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna BS my way through this. It's gonna be pretty cut and dry. I'm gonna tell you the same stuff that you pretty much already heard, but stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna have a little segment. Not really a segment, but something new. Alright, guys, so for the third time I'm going to be reviewing this figure tonight because I'm using a newer Canon camera, which is why these pictures will have better, how do you say that, a better image. I'm having a mind blank. It's like 1 in the morning, sorry. Well, it'll look a lot nicer because, you know, it's a newer camera. But each time I try to record the actual bigger review, it wouldn't upload, which was extremely frustrating because smaller videos uploaded just fine. But once I, recorded the, 10-minute review, it would say that some files could not be imported and it wouldn't import the big video. I've got plenty of space on my computer, and it reads it, like I can see it and try to import it. I don't know. It's beyond me. I'll fix it later. But for right now, let's review the 30cm 1968 Destroy All Monsters Anguirus for the third time. This figure has an amazing sculpt. It's like you pulled it straight from the movie. It's X Plus. What else would you expect? It looks phenomenal. From his horn all the way down to his other horn. It looks great. The paint's great. The sculpt's great. The scaling's great. Everything about this figure is amazing in my eyes. This is the Diamond reissue. This is not the original Japanese version. I got this for Christmas from my girlfriend's family. I'm extremely grateful for that. As soon as I got it, I was in love. It's probably one of the best presents I've received in a while. I really, really love this. Since I'm just now starting to collect X Plus, it was an extremely amazing gift. Thank you so much for that. Let's start with the sculpt. Yeah, the sculpt is sharp and has a lot of depth. It's what X Plus is known for. It's just making great figures. The spikes are also, I think they're individually sculpted. I think. Don't please quote me on that. All the spikes are individually sculpted. The teeth are individually sculpted. And everything just looks really well. It's sharp, though. For a vinyl figure, this figure is sharp. And, I like that. I mean, it looks just like it's from the movie. The scales are kind of a dragon, circular, dinosaur-esque type scale. They're not like tree bark like Godzilla's, or as dragony as Gigan's or Ghidorah's, but, they're kind of earthy. They've got their own kind of texture, and I really dig it. It looks really good in this figure. In each scale, it's not flat. That's another reason why I love these figures, is none of it is flat. At the top of his head right here, you can probably see a lot of these scales are even sticking up, just like on the suit, and it's so great. The paint apps. For paint applications, this guy is what you'd expect on an Anguirus figure. Earthy browns, bone white colors. The spines are a bone white color. They got this gradient fade effect that come off the shell. Look like as if they actually grew out, and it looks really great. Each spike along a tail, the crest, horn, even the claws, all have the same bone white kind of yellowish color with that same gradient effect to look like it's actually coming out of the figure and give it depth. It looks really, really good. The eyes. The head on this thing is one thing I really love. Anguirus' head. That was always my favorite part about the kaiju, was his head. This is different from the 25cm version. I think the 25cm looks kind of meaner, I think. Looks way more aggressive, like he wants to attack. This one just kind of looks kind of normal. I want to say normal, but he doesn't look as aggressive as the 25cm version, but it still captures the suit perfectly. The eyes are dark brown with a black pupil, and it got this kind of muggy, whitish, what color is that? Kind of like a white paint kind of color, and it looks pretty natural and organic, and that's another thing X Plus always knocks out of the park in my eyes, are the eyes. They always look really, really good. There's a red kind of color on the tongue and inside the mouth. I mean, it's a kaiju. What else would you... Unless it's a crazy kaiju, usually the mouths are, red. Got that color. He's got this muddy kind of paint to him, brown color with some highlights here and there. A couple highlights up here, kind of like a dry brush. Add some depth to the figure. Looks really, really cool. And, yeah, none of it really blends together. That's another thing. I hate it when a figure just blends and looks meh. Like, if you have a lot of Bandai Godzillas all together, it looks eh. But on the shelf, this guy manages to stand out, which is really, really good. I love that. He scales well with pretty much every other X Plus wonderfully, or any other 12-inch kind of Godzilla figure out there. He's a part of the 30cm series, so any kaiju in the 30cm series that isn't badly scaled, he'll scale pretty well with, and I think that should bring us to scaling. Let's scale him with some other monsters. Alright, now we've done scaling him. I think that's pretty much it for the review. Sorry if this one seemed quicker. It's just, I'm trying to get this video done tonight. I've been working on this for about 2 hours now, and it should have taken me less than an hour to edit it and everything. It's not that big of a video. But my camera was having malfunctions. While I am here, and before that new segment I was talking about, I do want to say thank you for over 100 subs. To some people, that seems like a very small amount, but I think that's pretty amazing that over 100 people want to watch my content. That's the great thing about YouTube, is you can express yourself in pretty much any way you want, and people will watch your videos, like it, or, have some hate comments, but sometimes they're funny, not gonna lie. Just, I don't know, people that support you. That's why I like some social media outlets, like my Instagram. That's the one I usually focus on the most, even though I'd rather pay more attention to my YouTube channel, but my life does get kind of busy sometimes, and, with equipment, like, I just got this camera that I'm borrowing, and I really want to make videos with it, but now I'm having another problem where it's not uploading videos right, so, it's kind of like setback after setback, but, I do want to make videos, and I do want to make videos about X Plus, Monster Arts, Bandai, all that. I just want to let it out, but, life happens. I will say that. And also while I'm here, I do want to talk about reissues, because this is a Diamond reissue. Kind of off topic, but something that I didn't want to make an entire video about, is the fact that some people don't want certain figures to be reissued. I kind of have a problem with that, but, and before I say this is my opinion, don't pounce on me and attack me. Oh god, I've got an opinion on the internet. Just be quiet, everyone's entitled their own opinion, relax. I think that some figures should get at least 1 to 2 reissues, because, being in my teens, just now getting a job, in 2017, it's really, really difficult for me to get my hands on some of the older 25cm and the older 30cm releases. For example, Manda. Manda from Atragon. That is one of my holy grail figures. I love that figure, but the only one I've ever managed to see is one on eBay for $600+. That is a stupid, stupid price. I feel like that figure should at least get 1 Diamond reissue. And that, that's it. Like, some people are saying that the 25cm crawling version of Ron should not get a reissue. And there is some truth to that. But for collectors like myself and newer collectors, how else are we supposed to manage to get that figure? I'm not saying it's selfish, but I'm also saying, like, if you want people to come into your hobby, at least be a little lenient on the reissues. I get that some reissues can be downgrades, or won't be as good, or will make the original almost worthless, like how some of the Monster Arts repaints are coming out, and then people will sell their originals. But, I'm watching one on eBay, a crawling version of Ron, because X Plus, for the 30cm and 25cm of that figure, did a phenomenal job. I'm watching one currently for $350. Some people would say that's outrageous. I myself say that, surprisingly enough, for that figure, that's a good deal. $350 for that figure, I'm going to pay for it. When I get the money, I'd invest in it. And I want to invest in it. I want to buy it. But here's my problem. I don't want to pay $350 for every older 25cm figure I have to buy. Now, not every, because some sets and I've seen the Godzilla 66 from the 25cm line go for $700. That's ridiculous. I do think that at some point, some figures should have just a few reissues. Now remember, this is my opinion, so don't get all angry at me or anything. It's just how I feel. It's just, this is an expensive hobby. X Plus alone is probably one of the most expensive lines to get into. And, go big or go home, I'm all about that. I bought a gigantic series, for crying out loud. I don't care about money as much as other people. I just care about getting certain figures and not paying ridiculous, outrageous prices for them. Prices. That's just how I feel about the whole situation. It's not that big a deal, but if I want to collect this line, I don't want to be turned away by not being able to ever get certain figures. That's just how I feel about the whole situation. But, thanks for sticking around. Thank you so much for over 100 subs. Some people say it's low, but I think that's fantastic. I love you guys. That's really cool. And, sorry for my videos being spaced out, but, I'm trying here. I'm trying. Yeah, I think we should just... Oh, this figure is 10 out of 10. I probably forgot to rate it, but, I rate this figure 10 out of 10, and I highly recommend you buy it. He still goes for around $160, $180 on eBay, which is a good price for this figure. That's basically around retail. Retail originally was like $150, $130 somewhere. But, he's still a roughly retail price, and if you get a chance, I'd say absolutely go for it. I highly recommend this figure. So yeah, let's go on to what I want to do next, and thank you, pretty much everyone, and thank you for watching. Alright, so this segment is going to be about figure news, movie news, anything that, just big that just came out. It's kind of like something I wanted to talk about. John Stanowski with Kaiju Addicts, he's doing, just strictly X Plus news, basically. And those videos are phenomenal. I highly, highly recommend you go check those out. They're edited well, chock full of really, really, really good information. Just spot on, 10 out of 10. Go check him out. I'm not trying to imitate that in any way. Even though, right now I'm going to be talking about X Plus news. Actually, some news that just dropped today from Kyle and a couple other people at, some super festival, something cool in Japan. Okay, it's like I said earlier in the video, I've been trying to work on this thing all night, and yeah. But, this is basically just going to be about anything bigger that comes out that I feel like I want to talk about. And right now, I want to talk about two figures. The first figure is actually a repaint or variant of Godzilla 2000. This figure really caught my eye today. Right after we got done eating, going out to eat, I got on Facebook, and lo and behold, I saw these figures that were just teased. And I'm getting the diamond reissue of Godzilla 2000. I've already got a pre-order set for it. But I think I'm gonna double dip with this guy, just because the red accents look sweet. I'm really digging those spines. And I think one of the biggest parts about this figure that's different is actually the open mouth, because on the diamond version and the standard version, the mouth's kind of just, it's not exactly fully closed from what I remember, but it's kind of open. But this one's on this variant, it's fully open, and this figure just looks sweet. I really can't wait to get my hands on it. As soon as it goes up for pre-order, I think I'm going to go with Mike Johnson. I haven't ordered from him before, but I heard he's a very, very reliable, how do I say that, merchant? Is that the word I'm looking for? But, I'm going to order through him. I'm going to get this guy. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for a release date. I'm going to be all over it. Honestly, I've already messaged Rich about it, asking about it. I know it's really, really early to be asking, but just that figure got me so excited. And Godzilla 2000 in the suit itself, it's not even it's one of my favorites. It's just this figure just looks so amazing. The next figure, which is something X Plus fans that I've noticed have been asking for a long time, is a 25cm version of Gairus. they tease an unpainted picture, which is this one right here, and the sculpt looks, again, like I always say, this sculpt looks really, really cool, and it was updated on Facebook that they found out that the release date is going to be around June, which is right before G-Fest, so expect them to show up at G-Fest for probably double the money, which is why I'm going to pre-order it. Probably again through Flossie's or Mike Johnson, someone, because it's going to be, it's an import, okay? It's an import, that's what I'm trying to explain. Imports are going to cost more, so if you do want that type of figure, expect to pay more, which is why Shin Godzilla, the 25cm figure that came out, he goes for it was like $230 or $250 something. And some people are asking, why pay that much when I could get a 30cm figure for around $130 or $150, maybe even $160. It's because you have to understand they're imported. They're not made by Diamond. They're made by X Plus in Japan, and they've got to be shipped over here, so there's going to be shipping costs. All those that all adds on. Look, if you can't handle heat, get out of the kitchen. That's what that's what I say about it. If you don't have the bucks to do it, then don't do it. Collect something else. I, for one, am getting into this line. This line is sweet. I cannot wait to just get more of these figures. You know, it's just, it reminds me of how I started collecting. Just being this excited over figures. I haven't had this kind of excitement since like the first couple of Monster Arts, which, I mean, even that line's dulled down on me. X Plus just keeps hitting me with all these new figures, and I love it. It just gets me so excited. It reminds me of why I love this hobby, and why it's just such a fun thing to do. And personally, I'm going to be buying both these figures. Tell me in the comments, are you going to be buying these? Who knows how many people. Who all is going to double dip? I have never been one to double dip on figures, you know, like theater exclusive and then regular issues. Usually I just get one or the other. But this Godzilla 2000, it looks sweet. It gets my vinyl senses tingling. Alright, thanks for watching. This is going to be, you know, it's not going to be every video. Just every time something real big just blows up, I'm probably going to do a little segment afterwards. Thanks again for over 100 subs. I think we're almost at 140, which is pretty crazy, actually. Thanks so much, guys. I love the support. I love the comments. I love everything about YouTube is just phenomenal. And it's something that makes me happy. It's something I really like doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Super Goji out.